Hey guys, good morning. It's Yankee Prepper. I'm doing kind of an impromptu vid this morning. I was inspired by ECP's recent video on a buy that he found at Lowe's. Kingsford charcoal is selling for $10 for a double bag pack, and that's a pretty damn good deal. Sometimes I cannot believe how much charcoal sells for, and I think that's a big part of prepping for me, is just buying in bulk when the price is right, and taking advantage of those deals and then stocking up on it, because it's just like money in the bank to me. That's a big part of prepping for me, and I really appreciate that. I wanted to give kind of a heads up on that. I'll put the link to his video as well down in the info box, but it inspired me this morning. I usually wouldn't put up a vid like this, but I had recently found two really good buys myself. One of them kind of meshes in with my recent vid, because I had a lot of people complaining that arrows were so much money. You know, I look at it that I can use my arrows over and over again, and my bow ends up being much cheaper. Bow shooting ends up being much cheaper for me than gun shooting in the long run, for sure. But anyway, getting back to this, I had two things that I just wanted to pass on to you, and I won't be keeping this up permanently. This is just a heads up for a short time or a couple days. But recently, I purchased 4 dozen arrows from Sportsman's Guide. And I've talked to you guys about this before. You kind of got to pick and choose on Sportsman's Guide, and it's hard to know what you're getting unless you really already have identified it, or have seen it somewhere else. And so for a lot of you, this might have been one of those thin ice places where you don't want to take the chance. But I have the Sportsman's Guide liquidation warehouse within driving distance of my place. So I actually went down there to touchy-feel these arrows. And this is a hell of a buy. This is a dozen arrows for $44 in the Sportsman's Guide magazine, or you can go to their website. $44 for a dozen carbon arrows made by Victory. Victory is a great company out in California that makes archery products. And actually, Victory is coming on strong onto the market out there, and they're really pissing off, literally, companies like Easton, who have dominated the market with really expensive arrows. These guys are making great arrows. Okay, that's primarily what I shoot is Victory. They make great arrows for a lot cheaper than the major competitors. So I was really interested when I seen it. I went down there to hold the arrow myself. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I bought a dozen at first and then tried it out. Why don't you guys, actually I'm going to go outside and shoot. You guys can check this video out to give you an idea. This is at 30 yards, how well these arrows shoot. Not bad, huh? That's 30 yards. So they're really a true shooting arrow. If you have any question about that, I just wanted to throw that in just to show you how well they fly. You can get these custom cut by Sportsman's Guide when you order them for $5. So what you're paying is $50. $50 for a dozen carbon arrows. High quality carbon arrows. I mean, you cannot beat that. It's under $5 an arrow. A dozen arrows like this would usually cost over $100. So let me show you the only thing that I can figure out that went wrong. This is the way you notch the arrow. You got the odd flag and it's pointing towards you, so you notch it into your arrow. And Victory, you can see the Victory emblem right there is reading right, but yeah, the inscription on the side is upside down. So I figured some, California worker came in. He was probably, smoking pot or hungover or something from drinking all weekend on Monday, and he ran over 1,000 of these this way. And so they're rejected. They're, whatever you call them, blemished. And I did check at Sportsman's Guide. They have over 1,000 of these in stock right now. So I'm not putting this up and then, you know, they're going to be out of stock immediately. So there's plenty left. I just went and bought, I bought a dozen, and I bought 3 dozen more yesterday. So I'm good for the next 10, 20 years on arrows. That's the way I figure. I mean, this is one of these deals where it's just too good to be true. If you've never put the inserts on before, all I use, or all I've ever used, is super glue. And it's an 11 grain insert. Comes in a bag like this with your dozen arrows. And I just coat it with super glue and leave it overnight. So super glue comes with 11 grain inserts. Do it yourself. Buy the field points. Get them cut by Sportsman's Guide for $5. It's a hell of a deal, man. You can't beat it. Hey, and I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Now, I have no affiliation with these companies, but these are still a hell of a deal. I just want to pass them on to you. Costco. Went to Costco last year around this time, and they had some Wigwam socks on sale for $11.99 for 3 pairs, and they're merino wool. For you guys that live in some of the colder sections of the country, you should be well familiar with merino wool. It's a great material. So I thought $11.99, that's unbelievable. So I bought a 3-pack, thinking, how good can they be? But I'll give it a try. I wore these socks last year until there were literally holes in them. I didn't want to give them up. They're so warm for hunting, fishing, whatever you're doing during those fall and winter, early spring seasons. They're an incredible sock. Now, Wigwam is also an American company, one of the last textile companies still doing well in the United States. I don't know how they've done it, but they've been in business for over 100 years. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And they make great products, hoods, gloves. I think they even make sweaters now, but they've been making socks for over 100 years, man. I mean, they're making it. Despite all the textile and material companies going over to India and Pakistan, these guys have been able to carve out a niche in the outdoor section because they make such a great product. Costco buys them, $11.99, 3-pack. I went in yesterday, saw them again. I bought some for the wife. I bought some for the kids. They have women's and men's there. I just went nuts. I really stocked up on them, and I wanted to pass that along to you as well. These are great socks, and I don't know if your Costco, if you live down the south, maybe your Costco doesn't carry them. Maybe you don't need them. But up here, this is a damn good deal, man. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, come here. What the hell is this? What is this, Jimmy? Did you print these like this? There's 1,000 of them here. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, I didn't even see that, dude. Holy shit. I printed that upside down. Oh, I'm really sorry. Oh, that's just great, Jimmy. I'm going to have to sell these off the Sportsman's Guide now. Oh, I'm really bummed, man. I just wasn't watching. Wow, I printed that upside down. Oh, that's cool. Right.